All right, good morning. Welcome to Kit Speech Yoga. It's just me today, coming to you live at 9:30 a.m. Just met some brave people out here who are doing a cold dip. They're just running into the water, so some brave souls today. So I like to start each practice with an affirmation. Today's affirmation is, I forgive myself and set myself free. So if that resonates with you, perhaps you want to place one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. Find a comfortable seated position, so whether that's kneeling or cross-legged. And just breathe into that affirmation. So take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. And just repeat to yourself, I forgive myself and set myself free. One more time, take an inhale through your nose, expand your belly, exhale out your mouth. I forgive myself and set myself free. So we'll get warmed up pretty quickly here, but today's affirmation for our Sunday self-love practice is about forgiveness and setting yourself free. So in letting go of things, you set yourself free. In forgiving yourself for anything that you find wrong with yourself, and not necessarily wrong, but any expectations of yourself that you didn't meet, anything you've done that you think that you shouldn't have done or should have done differently. Forgive yourself for that and set yourself free to set a new course right now. So to begin, we'll get warmed up. Sitting up nice and tall, take an inhale, reach both arms up overhead. Exhale, lean over towards the left, place your left hand on the ground, reach your right hand overhead. Inhale, come back through center with both arms up. Exhale, lean over towards the right hand on the ground. Again, inhale, both arms up. Exhale, side bend towards the left. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, this time we're going to stay, so place your left hand down and then keep reaching up and over with the right hand. Really press down through your left hand so that you can root your opposite right sitting bone down into the mat. You want to feel nice and grounded, so use the left hand as a little bit of leverage to keep pressing the right sitting bone deeper into the mat. Good. From here, think about lengthening the distance between your rib cage and your hip. So keep breathing into your right side body. Take an inhale and reach even further. Exhale, maybe place a little bit more weight into the left hand as you side bend a little bit deeper. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale, reach both arms up. Exhale, lean over towards the right. Lengthen your left side body, so reach that left arm long. Breathe into the space between your rib cage and your hip. And then gently press into your right hand to root your left sitting bone or the left bony point of your butt into the mat. Stay nice and grounded here. On your inhale, see if you can lengthen your left side. On your exhale, maybe slowly tilting a little bit further towards the right, keeping that left hip bone connected to the mat. Inhale, come back up through center. Exhale, bring your hands through heart center. Release your palms. You can just rest your hands on your knees. You're going to take a few shoulder rolls here. So roll your shoulders up and back. And then roll your shoulders forwards. Take an inhale. Bring your chest forwards, arching your spine. Exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin to chest. Again, inhale. Pull your chest forwards, lift your chest. Exhale, round your spine. See if you can find something like a wave-like motion where you inhale, you pull forwards, you lift, lengthen your chest, and then at the top you start to round back. Feel like a crashing wave. Inhale, forwards. Exhale, you curl back. A couple more times like that. Just working through your spine. Good. On the next one, we're going to reverse. So we're going to take an inhale and round back. Exhale, fold your chest forward. So inhale, lean back, expand. Exhale, cross forward. Again, inhale, take it back. And then exhale, hold forwards. And inhale, bring it to where you lean all the way back, and then you start to lengthen and come forward. So again, like that wave or that circular motion. One more time, rounding back. And then folding forwards. Good. Find a neutral spine, so just sitting up nice and tall. Maybe take a couple of twists. Little wiggles with that spine. And we're going to come to standing. Alright, once you come to standing up nice and tall, turn your palms forwards. So just take a deep breath in and out. Think about lengthening the side body that we just stretched. Inhale, reach both arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees a lot. Inhale for a halfway lift. Bring your torso parallel to the ground. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, reach all the way back up. And then exhale, bring your hands through heart center. Release your hands to your sides. Pick up your toes, wiggle your toes. You'll notice I'm wearing yoga socks, super essential for when you're practicing outside. Roll your shoulders back. See if you can stand a little bit taller, a little bit prouder, rooting through all four corners of your feet. So make sure that you're not rolling in or out. So maybe wiggle those feet back and forth, in and out, until you find a nice middle ground where you're neither on the insides of your feet or the outsides. You're nice and even, firmly planted. Take an inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward, your knees soft. Inhale, halfway lift, your hands can come to your shins or thighs or knees. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, reach up overhead. And then exhale, bring your palms through heart center. Release your hands. Find Tadasana. We've got a lot of activity going on at the beach, which is beautiful to see. Got people running, walking their dogs. Inhale, take your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward once more. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, reach your arms up. Come all the way up to stand. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Release those hands by your side. All right. We're going to get moving a bit more. So you're just going to take your hands onto your hips, and I'll turn to face you so you can see a little bit better. Keeping your feet parallel. Take your right knee into your chest. You can go ahead and hug that knee in. So you're just balancing on your left foot. So again, try and notice if you're leaning towards the outer or inner edge. From here, carefully take your knee out towards the side, out towards the right, so you can bring your left hand back onto your hip. And then guide your knee back towards center. Once more, take it open towards the right. And then guide it back. You can add your breath in. So as you inhale, open into that hip. Exhale, close. One more time. Inhale, open it up. And then exhale, you're going to hold it here. So make sure your hips are still facing forward, not twisting side to side. Keeping the hip open. You can grab underneath if that feels good. But from here, you're just going to try and extend your leg. Hold it out. And then bring your leg back in front of you. Carefully lower it back down. Good. We'll do the second side. So shift your weight into your right foot and then bend your left knee into your chest. Give it a hug in. Grab it with both hands. Again, notice any wiggles in your right foot here. Try to stay even and try to relax your toes. All right, carefully start to guide your left knee to the left and then bring it back to center. You can place your right hand on your waist, or if you need more balance, you can take that right hand out to the side, open it up and bring it back in. We're just going to do this a couple more times. Just practicing opening your hip. If you want to use your breath, inhale, open. Exhale, close. One more time, inhale, open. Exhale, close. Now this time we're going to hold it open, hold that balance. Again, you can hook your hand underneath as you slowly start to extend your leg out. It doesn't matter how high it is, doesn't matter how straight it is, just extend it a little straighter. And then carefully start to bring your leg back in front of you. Lots of control in your supporting leg. Carefully lower it down. Now, if you need to shake anything out, you can. So just getting the hips warmed up and working on our balance today, setting us up for some more challenging poses along the way. So from here, standing with your feet hip distance apart, firmly planted on the ground, take an inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forwards at your waist. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, this time plant your hands on the mat, step back to a plank and lower all the way down to your belly. Take an inhale, lift your chest, baby cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, and then come onto all fours, hands and knees. You might need to walk your hands in to find a tabletop position here. Take an inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest and head. Exhale, round your spine, drop your head. Again, inhale. Arch your spine as you drop your belly towards the mat. Exhale, round forwards. Continue like that, couple cat-cows. All right, find a neutral tabletop position and then walk your hands forwards. Start to lower your chest down to the ground, keeping your hips over top of your knees. So it's like you're sticking your butt up. And then see if you can lower all the way down so you can rest your head or forehead on the mat. Maybe rest your chest on the mat. Just finding a deep stretch through the back body. Opening up that heart. Just breathe into it here. Notice if there's any discomfort or tension. See if there's anything you can let go of. Any tension in your face, in your low back, in your shoulders, in your toes that you can release. And don't be afraid of the weight your head is taking if your head is on the mat. Start to walk your hands back in towards you, coming back to that tabletop position. From here, extend your right leg behind you. Let's see if I've got room. There we go. And then reach your left arm in front of you. Inhale, reach a little longer. Exhale, place it back down on the mat. Switch sides. Inhale, reach your right hand, left foot long. Exhale, place it down on the mat. Switch sides. Inhale, reach right arm or right leg, left arm. Exhale, place it down. Inhale, switch sides. So opposite arm and leg are reaching and then lowering back down. One more time each side. Lower back down. Then lower back down. From here, tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, find a downward facing dog. It's a rather narrow one to start. Inhale, look forward, step, walk your feet towards your hands or your hands towards your feet, bringing your feet hip distance apart. Exhale, bow forwards. Just release your head. Give your head a nod, yes. Shake your head, no. Keep your knees bent a lot so that you're almost resting your torso on your thighs. You can grab opposite elbows with opposite hands and just rock back and forth. Allow your head to be heavy, so notice if you're trying to hold your neck up at all. Just let it dangle there. Release your hands if they're grabbing your elbows. Inhale, reach all the way up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands through heart center. Release your hands by your side, standing nice and tall. Roll your shoulders back. And right here, I want you to notice if there's anything that you feel like you've done wrong or that you could do better, anything you need to forgive yourself for in this moment. Notice what you're holding on to, what you need to let go of in order to set yourself free. Do you need to forgive yourself for having certain expectations of this practice? Do you need to forgive yourself for some of the negative self-talk that you've done already? Whatever it is, see if you can forgive yourself. See if you can really let go. And just clear your mind so that you can be present in this moment. So that you can feel free with nothing holding you back. Nothing stopping you from moving forwards in any direction from right here. Take an inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forwards at your waist. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to a plank and lower all the way down. Inhale, lift your chest for cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips up and back to a downward facing dog this time. So your first full down dog here. Pedal out your feet if you need, if that feels good. Press through all four corners of your hands, strengthen your arms to lengthen your spine. From here, just walk your hands back towards your feet. Bend your knees a lot if you need, so that you're just hanging here, folded forwards. From here, take your right hand and bring it to the outside of your left ankle or left shin. Bend your right knee. Take an inhale or reach your left arm up towards the sky and start to turn your shoulders towards the left, bending into your right knee a bit more, keeping your left leg as straight as you can. From here, you can either stay here or you can take your left hand and wrap it around behind you to try and reach for your right hip crease. With each inhale, I want you to see if you can open your shoulders more towards the left. And then with each exhale, see if you can fold forwards a little bit more. So you're alternating between sort of twisting and then lengthening downwards, twisting and lengthening downwards. Finding a really nice stretch through the back of your left hamstring. It might feel pretty intense, so you might need to bend your knee a bit more. On your next exhale, twist your shoulders so that you're facing back down. Release your hands so you're in a forward fold. Just let your head hang here before we switch sides. So take your left hand, bring it to the outside of your right ankle or right shin. Bend into your left knee, straightening your right leg. And naturally you'll start to notice your shoulders want to twist. So inhale and reach your right hand up to the sky. Exhale, fold forwards a little more. Inhale, see if you can open those shoulders a bit more. And then exhale, sink deeper into the hamstring stretch. You have that option to take your right hand and reach for your left hip crease, so wrapping the arm behind you. With each inhale, twist a little bit more open with the shoulders. With each exhale, fold your torso forwards. So this is an intense twist here. So just keep breathing through it, finding more space. Noticing that if it gets tense or tough, that you can just breathe your way into more space, more length. On your next exhale, Release your hands back down to the ground, twist your shoulders so that you're in a nice forward fold position. Walk your hands back out to find your downward facing dog. So you're going to be at that point where your heels start to lift off of the ground. From here, press those heels down, press your chest down towards the ground. From here, kick your right leg up to the sky. And then step your right foot forwards between your hands. You can lower your left knee down to the mat. Inhale, reach both arms up, find a lunge. Exhale, place both hands on the mat. Step your right foot back. Inhale, kick your left foot up to the sky. Exhale, step it forwards between your hands. You can place your right knee on the ground. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, hands back to the mat, step back to your downward facing dog. We're just going to alternate sides like that. So inhale, right foot up. Exhale, step it between your hands. You can lower your left knee. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands back to the mat, step back to your downward facing dog. Switch sides. Inhale, right leg up or left leg up. Exhale, step forwards. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forwards and step back. So we're going to keep doing that one more time each leg, finding your lunge. Again, your knee can be on the mat or it can be lifted. And then we'll all meet in a downward facing dog. So it should have got your heart rate up a little bit. Just got some warmth back into your body. At this time, kick your right leg up to the sky, bend your knee, and then open your right hip so that your knee is pointing towards the right side. Draw some circles with that hip. Doesn't matter which direction, doesn't matter how big, whatever feels right for you right now. If you need big circles or small. Just getting used to that hip being open. Reverse your circles. Good, and then kick your right leg back, extend it straight behind you, step it forwards to the outside of your right hand. Again, you can keep your left knee on the mat, or you can keep it lifted, up to you. From here, we're just gonna stay. So with your right foot on the outside of your right hand, you should feel this a little bit more into your right hip. The goal from here is to start to lower your chest down towards the ground and start to press your right knee out towards the side. Turn your right toes so that they're at a 45-degree angle, pointing towards the top right corner of your mat. And slowly start to lower your chest. Again, you can place your back knee down on the mat if you want this to be a little bit more passive. If you want to keep it active, you keep that leg extended, straight, those muscles engaged. Choice is yours. If you have blocks, maybe you place blocks underneath your hands so that you can lower onto your forearms. Maybe you walk your hands forwards just to lower your chest. And maybe you can come all the way onto your forearms for your lizard pose. Often the hips are a spot where we carry a lot of tension. A lot of trauma too, actually. And if that's a triggering word for you, I want you to think about forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself for the things you did, or the way you reacted or acted in a situation that was traumatic. Forgive yourself. Stop blaming yourself. Show yourself love and kindness. Carefully start to come out of this, so lifting your chest up, Coming back onto your hands if you aren't already. And then turning your right toes to face forwards. Stepping your right foot back to join the left in a down dog position. From here, come forwards, find a high plank position. Lower all the way or halfway down. Inhale for cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, bend your knees, find a tabletop position, and then carefully find a down or a child's pose. So just pressing your hips back for a sec, taking a little stretch, extending your arms long. Breathe into your low back, breathe into the sides of your body. Good. From here, make sure your knees and feet are parallel, tuck your toes, lift your hips, find your downward facing dog again. Kick your left foot up to the sky, and then bend your knee, open your left hip towards the left so your knee is pointing towards the left side. Start to draw some circles, as big or as small as you need. And then reverse your circles. Whew. Socks are a little slippery here. Again, just opening that hip. Kick your right leg back or your left leg back, extending it behind you. And then step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. You can stay up on your right knee or you can lower it down. From here, just start to press your left knee out towards the left. Turn your left toes to a 45-degree angle so that they're pointing towards the top left corner of your mat. And then from here, you just want to start to lower your chest, find a deeper stretch. So whether that's by walking your hands forwards, coming down onto your elbows, or just bending your arms to let your chest come forwards. Maybe placing your elbows or your forearms up on blocks if you have them at home. And just breathing into that deep hip opening. Notice if you're holding any tension in your face, see if you can let go of that. Notice what's coming up here for you. Are you finding this frustrating? Do you find this pose challenging? Are you very tight in your hips, as many of us are, and therefore this feels quite intense? Just notice that. And see if you can forgive yourself for any of the thoughts that are coming up that you wish that you didn't have. I want you to think about whether you can set yourself free by changing your thoughts. Looking at this as an opportunity to sit in the discomfort, to practice that resilience, practice staying, or to look at it maybe a little bit differently. See this as an opportunity to explore a different part of yourself, a deeper stretch, to focus on one thing and none of the rest, whether that thing is just opening your knee towards the left side, whether that's lowering your chest a little bit more, whether that's breathing a little deeper. By letting go of thoughts and judgments, we set ourselves free to explore, free to begin again and again. Slowly come out of this, so lifting your chest up, turning your left toes so that they face the front of the mat, and then carefully stepping your left foot back to join the right in a down dog position. Inhale, come forwards to the top of a plank. Exhale, lower halfway or all the way down. Inhale for up dog or cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, come to your knees, and then just send your hips back, lengthen your arms forwards, find a little child's pose here. Come back to all fours, hands and knees. Make sure your feet are parallel and your knees are parallel with your hips. Tuck your toes, send your hips up and back, find downward facing dog. This time I want you to bend your knees a lot. Turn your inner thighs in towards each other to lift your hips up higher to the sky. And then from here, scoop your tailbone down, pressing your heels down, lengthening the backs of your legs, and then pressing from your low back all the way down into the mat, into your fingertips and beyond. Find a really strong downward dog. Keep this nice and active. Breathe. Lengthen your side body as you breathe. Good. Look forward, step, hop, walk to the front of your mat. Fold forwards. Take an inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, palms through heart center. From here, bring your hands onto your hips. Make sure your feet are hip distance and parallel. And then go ahead, transfer your weight into your right leg. I'm going to turn to face you again. Pick up your left knee. Bring it in towards your chest. And then take your left knee, open it towards the left. Once you've got it open from here, place the sole of your left foot on the inside of your right leg, either above or below your knee, not on your knee. If you need to use your hand to get it there, you can. From here, when you're ready, you're going to reach your arms up overhead. If you're already finding this is challenging for your balance, your option is to come to a demi-tree, placing your toes on the ground, your knee popped out towards the left side, and just resting your heel on the inside of your right leg. But any variation is fine. If you haven't already, maybe try and reach your arms up overhead. Maybe bring those hands together and look up at them. So challenging your balance here. If you fall out of it, you just come back in and you try again. Instead of being frustrated, think about being playful. Instead of giving up, think about resigning yourself to try again another time. Carefully come out of this. So turn your knee in to face forwards and then carefully lower your knee to your foot to the ground, both hands back down. Just take a deep breath here, grounding yourself. So I don't expect you to be able to stay for that entire time. The whole point of that exercise is to see if you can adjust your mindset. That's really what today's affirmation is about adjusting the way you're thinking. Because that subtle adjustment in your thoughts makes a huge difference in your outlook, in your attitude. So bring your hands back onto your hips and we'll try the second side. Shift your weight into your left leg. Pick up your right knee in towards your chest. And then open it up towards the side. From here, place the sole of your right foot on the inside of your left leg. It can be above your knee, below your knee, or it could be with your toes on the ground and your heel in. I can't remember if I did left or right first, but just do the other side that we didn't do yet. Wherever you are, see if you can find a bit of stability so that you can reach your arms up overhead. Bring your palms together above your head and look up. If you haven't already, if you're feeling too wobbly to try this, I invite you to try. I invite you to reach your hands up overhead and just see what happens. Practice that. Practice pushing your balance. Practice doing something you know that you can't do. If you know that you're not going to be able to keep your balance, you're already feeling wobbly with your hands on your hips, practice trying. Practice failing. But most importantly, practice one of two things. Practice trying again and again and again. Or practice resigning yourself to stop trying right now, but to try again another time. With control, if you can, turn your knee to face forwards, carefully coming out of this, placing both feet on the ground and arms by your side. Wiggle out your knees, anything else. Take a deep breath, notice if there's any tension starting to build up, and just kind of shake it off. Shake it off. From here, standing at the top of your mat with your feet hip distance apart, take an inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, and then step your right foot back. Reach your left arm up, opening towards the left side. Place your left hand back on the mat. Step your right foot back to join the left, and then inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forwards right away. Plant your hands, step your left foot back, and then reach your right arm up, opening it towards the right. Place your right hand back on the mat, step your left foot forwards. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, fold forwards, hands to the mat. Step your right foot back. Inhale, inhale, left arm up. Exhale, left hand to the mat. Step your right foot back. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, all together. Place your hands down as you step your right foot back. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, hand and foot back. Inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forwards. Right away, step that right foot back. Inhale, left hand up. Exhale, left hand, right foot back. Inhale, both hands up. Exhale, fold forwards. Step your left foot back, right foot back. Inhale, open. Exhale, step both feet back. Inhale, both hands overhead. Exhale, palms through heart center. Release your hands. So just moving a bit faster to flush that out. Inhale, both hands up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward at your waist. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant both hands and then step your right foot back. You can lower to your right knee. From here, inhale, reach your left hand up, open towards the left, little twist. Exhale, left hand back to the mat and step your left foot back to join the right in a downward facing dog. From here, inhale, step your right foot forwards. You can lower your left knee down to the mat. Reach your left hand up to the sky. Place it back down. Step your right foot to join the left. Whew, my rights and lefts, I'm sorry guys. Let's give that a try again. So inhale, reach up overhead. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, and this time step your left foot back. Lower your left knee. Inhale, reach your right hand up to the sky, opening to the right. Exhale, right hand to the mat, step the right foot back to join the left. From here, that foot that you just stepped back, you're gonna step that one forward. So that should be your right leg stepping between your hands, lowering your left knee, opening your right hand to the sky, placing it back down, stepping forwards so that you're in a forwards fold. Inhale, both hands up overhead. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards, plant both hands, and step your right foot back to the mat. Lower your right knee if you'd like. Inhale, left hand up, open your shoulders to the left. Exhale, place your left hand on the mat, step your left leg back onto the mat. From here, your other foot, your right foot, step it forwards. You can place your left knee on the mat. Inhale, open your right arm to the sky, twisting towards the right. Exhale, right hand to the mat, left foot steps to join the right. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back. Open your left hand to the sky, twisting towards the left. Place your left hand on the mat, step your left foot back to join the right. Inhale, left foot forwards. You can lower to your right leg. Inhale again, opening your arms. Twisting. Exhale, step your feet and hands back to the mat. Inhale, rise all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, palms to heart center. Release your hands by your side. So right away, I need to forgive myself for that. For not executing that the way I wanted to, and possibly not guiding you through it the way I wanted you to move your body. I want you to notice right now, is it easier for you to forgive someone other than yourself? Is it easier for you to forgive me for messing that up than if you were to mess it up yourself? Because right now, that's exactly how that feels for me. Like, I would have no problem, I would forgive somebody else so easily. But I have a harder time letting go of my own mistakes. Take an inhale, both arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Bend your knees a lot so that you bring your bum down towards your heels, and you can have a seat on your bum with your legs in front of you. Let's slow down this practice. So, legs in front of you. Take an inhale, reach both arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, keeping a flat back for as long as you can. And then when you can't anymore, go ahead and round forwards, rounding your upper spine, releasing your head, releasing your hands to the mat. Find a deeper stretch here. Lengthen the sides of your body. Engage the muscles of your legs, maybe flexing your feet. Turn your inner thighs in towards each other. Widening your sitting bones. Draw your hips backwards as you pull your chest forwards. Lift your chest, lengthen your spine and your crown, lifting tall, sending energy out the top of your head as you slowly find a flat back and start to come back all the way upright with your shoulders over your hips. Release your legs, wiggle them side to side. From here, scoot your butt towards the front of your mat, so bending your knees, placing your feet flat on the mat. Bring your heels towards your bum with your knees pointing up towards the sky. Just lay back, resting your head. Place your elbows by your side with your fingers up towards the sky, so robot arms. Press into the soles of your feet and the back of your head. Then from here, inhale and lift your hips up. Press into the backs of your arms, engaging the shoulder blades. Carefully lower back down. One more time, inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, lower down. So on your inhale, I want you to imagine you're a big balloon and you're filling up, getting lighter than air and floating the hips up. And then exhale as you release your hips get heavier. Again, inhale. It's almost like, I want you to imagine you're filling your lungs up with helium, you know, those party balloons that float. And then as you press the air out, your hips sink back down, your chest is no longer buoyant. Again, inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, lower them down. One last time. This time we're going to inhale and you're going to stay, keeping your hips up. Press into your elbows a lot. See if you can draw your shoulder blades together. You have the option to interlace your hands behind your back here. Bringing those shoulders closer together underneath you. If you can even walk your shoulders right underneath you and lift your hips higher. So finding that flexibility in your shoulders. Release your hands if you've got them behind you. Bring your shoulders so that they are back level on the mat, and carefully lower your hips down. Take your feet out mat distance apart and windshield wiper your legs side to side. Allow both knees to fall towards the right side. Open your arms to a T or a cactus and turn your nose towards the left side. You have the option to take your right foot and place it on the outside of your left knee. So just weighing down that knee, allowing the hips to twist towards the right a bit more. Carefully come out of that. Bring your head back to center. Bring your knees back up towards the sky. Windshield wiper them side to side again. And allow both knees to fall towards the left side. Turn your nose towards the right. Again, you have that option to take your left foot and place it on the outside of your right knee. Just weighing it down, letting the hips twist a little more towards the left. Keeping your shoulders on the mat if you can. Turn your nose back up towards center, towards the sky. Bring your legs back to hip distance apart. And then walk your feet in so that the insides of your feet are touching. Allow the knees to fall open and bring the soles of your feet to touch. In a reclined butterfly or reclined cobbler's pose. From here, we'll come to our final resting pose. If there's any more movements you need to take, if you're like me and you're outside, you might want to grab a jacket or a blanket if you have it at home. And then carefully extend your legs so that they're mat distance apart. Arms by your side. And finding your final resting pose. Finding stillness here. Allow your body to be heavy. Slowly start to invite some movement back into your body. So perhaps flickering your eyes behind your eyelids, moving your fingers and toes, expanding your side body as you breathe deeper. And very slowly start to make your way to a seated position. So carefully rolling onto one side, finding a fetal position, or perhaps bringing your knees into your chest and rolling up your spine, up and down your spine until you come upright. Or again, very slowly moving in towards that fetal position and pushing yourself back upright. Once you've come back upright, find a seated position where your hips can be grounded into the floor. Your shoulders can be stacked over your hips. We'll come back to our affirmation. I forgive myself and set myself free. So perhaps you repeat this to yourself throughout the day today. I forgive myself and set myself free. Together we'll close this practice with one chant of Om. I always invite you to witness or to join me. So bring your palms together at heart center. Inhale to Om. Take a deep inhale. Bow your head to your heart. Deep gratitude to each and every one of you for showing up today. Deep gratitude to this beautiful ancient practice I get to share with you from the Indian culture. Release your hands, place them on your knees, sit up tall. Thank you so much for joining me for this iteration of Kit's Beach Yoga. I'll be here every Sunday, perhaps. Thinking about getting like a little heater or something just to make it a more inviting space, or perhaps bringing this to in-person classes inside, or just online from the comfort of your home. So thank you so much for joining me again. My name is Kat. You can follow me on socials, StrongerWithKat. I hope you enjoyed this practice, and I hope to see you in my next video.